What? Early? How are we early? Oh my god. What's going on, everybody? It's Tuesday, and we decided to switch things up and be early. What's going on, Tree?
Not much, man. Not much at all.
Turn this off here. Yes, I have my rapist glasses on.
Ooh, you going all Ted Bundy on us.
Today was the weirdest, jacked up day before it even started. So anyways, Kevin Von Michael Magnum starts to show off with $100 snooper chat. So we got to get to that first. He says, and all he says is, figured I'd give you some guys some birthday money. 28. Kevin Von Michael Magnum is turned 28.
Yay.
He's gonna be old like us.
Congratulations.
It's gonna be all downhill from here.
Not yet. Give it to you about 30, early 30s, and then it's all done.
Give it till you're about 43. All right, so I got to tell my story from today. So this morning starts out, right? You know what? I woke up and I felt kind of dizzy, like when I got up, and I just figured it wasn't anything, you know? And it like went away after like 2 seconds. And so I just got up and started doing my normal routine, went and mixed in my caffeine with my drink, and everything was fine. Like everything just seemed really normal, and I just kind of brushed off that dizzy spell in the morning. Like it just didn't seem important. And then somehow during the night I scratched my own eye with my hand, and my eye was that's why I have the glasses on, because my contacts got too messed up to even wear. But anyways, my wife sends me a text. She's like, all right, we got to put together a grocery list. And I open the freezer door, and I'm just looking in the freezer, and all of a sudden the room starts spinning, but not like spinning when you're drunk, like it spins around. It was spinning like I was the pilot of a jet plane. And
like dizzy spinning?
Yeah. And it actually got loud, and then I like fell to one knee, and I was like, oh shit, I'm dying. And I'm yelling to my wife like, honey, I'm really dizzy. Like, and thinking that the next thing that's going to happen is me passing out. Like, that's how incredibly alarmed I was. And finally I just sit down on the ground, and she's like, okay, just sit there. And she's like, do you feel all right? I was like, I think we need to go see a doctor, because I was just not in good shape. I'm just sitting there on the floor. And so she like gets dressed, and then remember, it's like 9 a.m. And we get in the car, we go to patient first, and my heart is racing. Like I'm thinking of all these things. So about a week ago, I called my mom, and she told me that a friend of the family who owned a Thai restaurant had gotten dizzy and just had died on the side of the road. Now he's a little bit older than me. Yeah. And so that's all that's playing through my head, right? I'm just like, oh, I just had a stroke. Like I have had a friend that died from a stroke. And I'm thinking, all right, did I have a heart attack? What is going on? Because my heart is pounding. I'm very nervous. I have no idea what's going on. So we get there to the patient first, and first thing they do is they hook up an EKG, and they didn't seem too concerned. Like I was like, all right, well that's number one. If I was like having a heart attack, they'd be rushing me to the ER. And then they took blood, and then I had to pee, and like 2 hours later the doctor finally comes in. So I was still pretty dizzy, still pretty nervous. Doctor comes in and is like, you have fluid in your ears. I was like, what? I was like, I played my own funeral out 6 times till Sunday. And she's like, yeah, you're congested. And, when you move your head certain ways, that's what's causing you to get dizzy. And I was like, Now it makes sense because like when I was
You're bending down to go to the fridge.
well, no, when I was looking in the fridge, my head was kind of cocked to the side, and I guess that turned off my equilibrium, and that's what caused me to fall and get dizzy instead of just dying. But I didn't even realize that I had congestion, and but that's what she said. So I spent the entire first 3 hours of the morning thinking that I had a stroke, but really all I had was an ear infection. So that's that was my morning, and that really convinced me that dying is going to be way worse than we all think. Because that 10 seconds of me getting dizzy and going to the floor was awful. So just want to let you know dying is probably going to suck even worse.
I've kind of gotten that thought. It probably is.
Yes. And yeah, my eye still hurts. But thankfully, out of all the scenarios that could have been you getting dizzy and almost fainting, having an ear infection, probably the best one out of them all. Fortunately. So there we are. I was thinking of everything too. I was like, I have diabetes. I just had a diabetic stroke. I'm going to end up in a goddamn diabetic coma. And
That's the problem I have. Like, it just like your mind races and nothing helps with that. You try going on Google, they'll say you have a brain tumor or some shit like that.
Well, the first thing I did was when, this morning when I woke up dizzy and then I just didn't feel right. The first thing I did was Google dizziness, and it was just like, oh, you could just be dehydrated. And I was like, all right, let me drink some water, like I just couldn't. And then I went back and looked at the symptoms later when I came back to my computer, and the first one was ear infection. I just kind of looked over because I was like, my ear doesn't hurt. I don't feel fucking.
Is it like swimmer's ear? Something like that?
Yeah, swimmer's ear can cause dizziness like that, but some people don't get that.
Because I've had swimmer's ear and it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, given my age and I consider myself healthy, but you just never know. You never know when you're gonna check out, and you're just gonna fucking just be a dead motherfucker. And so,
just like Kobe.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I wasn't trying to fly a fucking helicopter. I was just trying to look in my freezer, just take inventory.
He wasn't flying the helicopter. Someone else was.
Just sitting there.
I didn't use helicopters like automobiles. Now, I'll tell you this: for the seconds that I was disoriented, I could see how if you're trying to fly a helicopter and you just have no idea what's going on, like you can easily just fly that bitch right into the ground. Because I was very not with it, and it was scary. It was scary. And so they believe that the pilot was disoriented when that happened. Well, all right. Now that I told everyone my fake brush with death, because I wasn't even close to dying, but I felt it. Like, I think for the first hour I sat in the waiting room, I was just having a massive, massive panic attack. So, all right, let's get to the topics. All right. So, we are 9 days away from baseball, and the highlights from these scrimmages have been off the chain. Have you not seen that? The highlights?
I've seen a few of them. I'm working on the MLB Haters Guide, and I've gathered a lot of footage for that, and I've seen bits and pieces of scrimmages.
We had that White Sox outfielder rob a home run. He just like jumped right over the fence.
And you also had the White Sox outfielder fall down while hitting a home run.
Yes. He fell. He like rolled like me this morning in the kitchen. And then what else? Tanaka got hit in the fucking head with a fastball.
Giancarlo Stanton has no luck. Because, like, everything that has happened to him as a Yankee has just been bad luck. Because there's nothing you could have done about that.
Yeah, like going to the Yankees and striking out every, fifth at bat or third at bat. Like,
it's like God himself is telling you, you weren't supposed to be going there in the first place. The only reason why was because Jeter was your owner at the time.
Yep. Well, they ran Mike Stanton out of town. They ran him out of Florida. All right.
Because the Marlins are, because the Marlins front office is a bunch of idiots.
Yep. Yep. All right. We're gonna start. Oh, let's talk about the other thing. The Redskins officially. So last week we were just joking, like that they were gonna do it. Now, yesterday they officially announced that they're changing the name, and so I read this article that said that all of the alternatives that they want are trademarked already.
Ouch.
By this guy in where is he? He's like in Northern Virginia. So he parked like the Red Tails, he parked the Red Wolves, and he parked the Warriors. All has trademarked them, and they're gonna have to pay him to get these names.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
that's what they
hilarious.
do. That's how like a lot of like copyright and trademark infringers get their money. Like they just hoard a bunch of cheap trademarks and then just make people pay when they want to change it.
Yeah, but did you know they did some research? Did you know when he registered the trademark for Red Tails? July 6th.
Like,
Of this year. So Dan Snyder, in his stubbornness to not change the name, could end up paying some other asshole in the most hilarious irony of trademark infringement. Which the thing that saddens me about it. So my wife was like, she doesn't want to root for the Redskins anymore because she's part Native American. She grew up rooting for the Redskins, and she made a decent point. It's like, they're not the Redskins anymore. Dan Snyder is a fucktard, and they've ruined the team. And basically, she's going into the free agent pool of teams. And
I feel like a lot of like Redskins or ex-Redskins fans have been doing that for a long time. And to be honest with you, a name change isn't going to do a damn thing about that. There's just going to be a bunch of opposing fans still showing up to FedEx Field. It's still going to be pretty empty, if fans are even going to show up at all, and nobody's going to care.
The problem I have with the name change is that he didn't just decide to do it. If he would have done this 2 or 3 years ago, like Abe Poland did with the Bullets, right? Because a friend got shot with a bullet, which to me, it's like, all right, maybe you want to blame the guy who shot your friend, not the bullet. But anyways, it's not like the Dan Snyder saw the light and said, I should change the name. He is being leveraged into this.
Pretty much. Same as the Indians, I feel like.
It's not
By
a mag.
FedEx, by Pepsi, by Nike. It was all about money.
Oh, of course.
It's not a magnanimous decision that's been made here. It's let's bend you over a barrel and make you recite all 50 state capitals. And that's what Dan Snyder's doing. And he's taking a PR bath right now. They're getting
Dan Snyder's always
up.
taking a PR bath.
Yeah, it's true. And he just doesn't care. But now he's just the owner, you know, like he's going to lose fans, which he's already lost. And then I don't know if he's going to gain them back by naming the fucking team the Red Tails or the Warriors. I think honestly, though, I think the Warriors will probably be it so that they can keep the same color scheme. Don't you think?
Maybe.
Who knew when Kaepernick took a knee that the Redskins will take a wounded one?
Well, you just remove the
Demonetized.
Indian and you keep the territory.
Yeah. They should just name them officially the Lolskins. The Lolskins.
I'd rather call them the Deadskins.
Yeah.
Deadskins,
Well,
Deadskins.
everyone's going to call them the
I
Redskins.
will still call them the Deadskins.
People still call the Wizards the Bullets, and especially
well,
when
it's
they
like
bust
every
out.
time the LA Chargers are on TV, everyone still calls them San Diego.
Yes, that's true. It's true. Even on what's his name? Stephen A. Smith called him San Diego and said that Hunter Henry was going to play. All right.
Hunter Henry was going to play against Derek Johnson
Yes.
of the Oakland Raiders.
Yes. All right. Let's see here. Is there any other topics? So there was a F1 race. I watched that. It was pretty good. Ferrari is an absolute dumpster fire. They retired both their cars when they hit each other. Fucking amazing. They had 4 cars in. Half of them went down within like the first 13, 14 laps. So that was pretty That was pretty funny. NASCAR had a race. I think the kid won.
Cole Custer won.
Cole Custer.
Cole Custer.
Custer's first stand. He won his first race. I thought Harvick had that all the way. Harvick caught some bad air and then spun out. Deshaun Jackson, yeah, he doesn't like Jews.
And then Steven Jackson defended him, and Malik Jackson defended him.
Really an indefensible position right there.
Well, he's learning. Remember that. He's trying to learn.
He's trying to learn.
Even though it's a PR move that is just to get him to not get suspended.
You're right. They only had 2 cars. You're right. Ferrari. Why does Ferrari suck? I was looking at the list of Constructors' Cup winners. Obviously, Mercedes has dominated. But before that, it was Red Bull and using Renault engines. And then Ferrari hasn't won since 2008 when they had Alonso. No, that was Renault. That was Renault that had Alonso. Sorry. Ferrari hasn't won since 2008, and they went back to back, and they had Massa and Raikkonen, and now they haven't come close. I mean, they're just
falling behind the times.
Yeah.
Like Ferrari used to have like a proud tradition. You saw that red car, like with Schumacher driving down. There was respect there. Now it's like you're both crashing into each other.
Yeah, they were the Mercedes. Yeah, they were the Mercedes.
Here's the other part of that is that in the years since Ferrari started sucking, bear in mind, Ferrari as a company got spun off of Fiat shortly after they bought Chrysler. Ferrari is now its own standalone company. So they do not have all of Fiat's money and former CEO Sergio Marchionne's money.
I could have sworn Fiat still had control. Wait, when did Fiat sell Ferrari?
Fiat spun off Ferrari, I want to say early 2010s.
Ah.
So they're just a racing company that makes nice cars.
And fancy cars.
Well,
remember those Maserati by Chrysler things they used to make? These are horrible, horrible cars.
Well, then you can see the precipitous decline from 2008 was the last time they won a Constructors' Cup, but they dominated the sport for basically a decade before that when they had Schumacher. But I don't know.
End of 2015, Ferrari is spun off of Chrysler Fiat and is now its own company with its own IPO and share.
Well, now it's Mercedes.
Matter of fact, their ticker symbol is RACE, RACE.
Are they racist?
Wrong race.
Ooh.
All right.
Don't worry, they'll figure out how to make it racist.
And then we had the NHL starting August 1st. We've got some hard dates, and there's a bunch of Rona all over the place. And yeah, there we go. That's the rundown. First 15 minutes.
Lots of Rona.
Okay, let's start reading some Snapper chats because I don't want to get dizzy again and faint live on the air.
I'll cover for you. Don't worry.
All right. Yeah, I'll just be down like this.
Yep, and it'll be like balls.
All right, well, we'll just continue the show until we got to read all these Snapper chats, and then they'll just be carrying me off in the background. I'll be like, all right, fucking terrible. That did suck.
We can resuscitate him. I will get the plunger.
Yes.
Plunger would work.
I think for this season, when football comes back, I might do 2 plungers for $500. Like, I want to go buy 2 plungers, and the more suctiony ones, and then for I guess every $100, put another plunger on top of that. Maybe. So see how many we can fit on there. All right. Beast of Metal 1989 for $5. Human beings are a disease, a cancer of this planet. You are a plague. Agent Smith, The Matrix. Well, apparently my disease is an ear infection. El Chris, live from the new epicenter of the Rona. I report I am well. Baseball season is so close. I can't wait which division will have a tight race. So El Chris, I believe we're going to do our baseball predictions next week. I think El Chris is going to come on and he's going to be able to fill out his own little spreadsheet. Okay.
Dude, to be completely honest with you, I can't even guess. Just
I don't
because
even-
60 games is such a short stretch.
Right. All I can do is work backwards this year. I can't start at the top, right? I'm going to work backwards and say eliminate the Orioles. Like, who doesn't have a chance, right? There's only
The
a few.
Orioles, the Tigers, the Royals, the Pirates. I'm going to put the Marlins in there because they have the toughest schedule in baseball. Giants? Maybe the Mariners?
Yeah, Giants with no Mad Bum. I think the Mariners are going to be tough. I think, yeah, for the Tigers, tough go. That's what we'll have to do when we start looking at the teams. Is just look at who gets eliminated and then start, because some team could fucking come out of nowhere. The White Sox could play
Either
hard.
a team comes out of nowhere or a team just straight up collapses.
The Mets could be good. The Dodgers, I think, of course, they have a stacked team on paper. Probably the Dodgers are still the best team. They still, Mookie Betts is going to be out there. The Phillies could be good. And then the Braves just signed somebody, Yasiel Puig.
They signed Puig.
Yeah, some guy named Yasiel Puig. So the Braves are going to have a dangerous outfield with Acuna Matata out there. And even the Astros are going to be a good. You don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
You can hear the trash cans now.
My thing is, what is going to get my circulation flowing and give me a large baseball erection is a team winning less than 10 games. That to me would be just the pinnacle of failure.
So kind of like the NBA, the Charlotte Hornets of 2012.
Yeah. What do they win? 8 games or something?
8 or 9 games.
Yeah, 9 games. Didn't even get to double digits. That's what I want to see. All right. Yankees are going to be good too. Yankees have Garrett fucking Cole, man. They're going to be good. They've probably been having secret workouts during this offseason. Makai Wilson, the MLB season approaches. Prepare yourselves also as the basketball tournament ends tonight. What are your thoughts on the Elam ending? I've hated the Elam ending for a while. Like they played to a score. I mean, I guess I like it because when you're going to get out of the theater, like when the show's going to end, but I just don't like it. It seems just so forced. Do you know what the Elam ending is?
Is it when like you get to a certain score and then the game's over?
Yes. Yeah. So if you're like blowing somebody out by 40 points or something, like there's a target score come the fourth quarter, like determined by the flow of the game or some shit. And then whoever scores that. So it's basically a buzzer beater every time, I mean, it makes it exciting, but it just seems forced. It's like it's like ending a game with the shootout, basically every time. Yeah, they did it in the All-Star game. I know that, but I think it's only fun as a novelty, kind of like NBA Jam. All right, you take over now.
Let's go for our good friend Beast of Metal 1989 with some very stark news, and everyone's been reporting it like breaking. Emergent research indicates that COVID-19 antibodies do not linger in bloodstream longer than 4 months. Opinion, I wouldn't expect anything less from a flawed prototype bioweapon.
I read a doctor's counter rebuttal to that, saying that you might be able to they might be able to produce boosters that can quickly boost the antibody production. And it's basically, he said, like, once that you've done it, like, it's easier for your body to produce the antibodies. And so it's not a death sentence, but still, that's maybe why herd immunity could be the way to go versus just waiting this out and getting an ear infection that could be corona.
Listen, I had heard that like there was a study in the Lancet that said like only 5% of people in Spain had the antibodies.
Damn.
This was like a couple weeks ago.
Damn. Oh well, we'll just have to.
Well, I don't know about this.
We'll just have to grow them in a lab, just like the virus was grown in a lab. And
well, we'll grow the antibodies in a lab, and they'll be the greatest antibodies ever, and they'll beat the shit out of the coronavirus.
I was sitting there in the waiting room. I was like, I need this. We're in the middle of a fucking pandemic, and this is what I need. Is me fucking sucking at life. All right. Keep going.
Man.
Yep, let's go for Jared Froman for 5. Can the U.S. take anything seriously? Can everyone in the U.S. take COVID-19 seriously? We're all fucked.
We're the most me first nation in the
That's
world.
why I didn't think we were going to do well. And in the beginning, everyone was just saying it was the flu, and now it was the serious we're all going to die, and now it's apparently the flu again. And
Yeah,
after
well,
that,
I think it's just going to become something that's part of life. You're just
pretty
gonna
much,
get it.
I can see it being like the flu, where you get a vaccine every different year because it mutations. It's a coronavirus; it mutates easily. But
Yeah, we were never going to take it seriously.
of
We're
course,
not a communist
American.
country
We
like
don't take-
Vietnam.
We don't even take ourselves seriously.
No.
Fuck that.
No.
We're a caricature of what we used to be, basically, now.
Yes, we're a character of
If
what we
even
used
that.
to be.
Char-
We're a bit actor playing ourselves now.
There was
We're in
a-
our own films, baby.
An old quote. It's hard men create good times create weak men create hard times, and so on and so forth.
What creates hard men? Bella Danger.
A good pair of titties. Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Bad times create hard men. Well, I don't know if
I've
Bad
known a
Times
woman
get me
named Bad
hard.
Times. Don't make me dig up those memories.
I've known a woman named Karma. She was a fucking bitch. All right, keep her going.
Yep, let's go for Beast of Metal 1989. Hey, that also means Rudy Gobert is probably vulnerable to reinfection now. I hope he learned his lesson about buffoonish arrogance the first time.
These bubbles, man. So,
I mean, they've already had a couple players try to break it.
Right, the MLS
Yeah,
pulled two
I don't know
teams
how
out.
they keep going.
And,
2 teams out, they already postponed a game.
Yep, DC United got postponed, and then now people are narking on NBA people violating curfew because that's the way it works. It's like, oh, you can't miss it when you see Luka Doncic at the fucking local 7-Eleven outside of the bubble, like fucking
Getting a hot dog, for Christ's sake.
right.
Well, he just wears a mask. No one's gonna pay.
Yeah, no one's gonna identify him. He's only 6'10". They're trying to make the bubble seem like it's from the movie The Simpsons, right? When they had the
Yeah,
bubble
like the
and-
ultimate impenetrable force, and
Yes.
it's gonna get penetrated. You're gonna have outbreaks.
Yeah, you're with the sexual innuendo tonight. You said hard men and then penetration.
Yes, there's a lot of penetrating.
Gonna be a
Apparently,
lot
the
of men.
NBA will probably be doing a lot of that if rumors are true.
Mhm.
Some woman already went on Twitter saying, "I already got invited into the bubble. This isn't gonna last."
Wow.
Oh, boy. Oh, God.
Guys need to get their nuts on.
Yeah, dude, you can't wait 3 months as a basketball player.
Mhm. All right, keep it moving.
Yep. Let's go
Before I
for
pass out.
That's
That's what
Rhino 94.
Yeah.
For 5. My thoughts when UEFA will overturn the Man City ban. All right, how much oil money did you guys receive?
What's the story with Man City? Man City got banned from the postseason, and Chester
Looks
City.
like they're reinstated into the Champions
I don't know.
League.
When I researched the EPL, most cheatingest video, that will probably come up. How did Manchester European ban overturned? Okay. You read the next one while I research this so I can make a half-hearted opinion.
That you can do. Let's go for Sean Pinkerton for 569. Obligatory nice. Fantastic week for racing. Cole Custer gets his first win and heard from Black Flags Matter page. That shit-stained Jason Jacoby is finally behind bars. I was kind of looking into that story. It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, he was a streamer or something.
Like he
racist.
wanted to be like he tried to simulate being a NASCAR driver in the hopes that it would get him a contract with NASCAR.
Something. I don't
That's
know.
like that.
Not how it works.
Yeah, of course it doesn't know how it works. I mean, I don't shitpost in the hopes of getting an NFL contract.
Yeah, I don't. Apparently, he was both racist and abusive towards his own family, and he's been arrested.
I heard abusive, like he was.
Yeah, and he was beefing with Black Flags Matter, making threats on him. The FBI had to get involved. So
Was that the guy that tried to dox his family, or was that somebody else?
I think it was the same guy, but I'm not sure. I don't know. BFM's not here to tell us.
Yeah, I mean, that's not what you can do. Let's go Jared Froman for 5. What Beast of Metal just posted should scare everyone. If COVID-19 antibodies don't last long, then social distancing and masks are our only good weapons.
Yeah.
Well, good masks.
I'm starting to hear, though, people talk about contracting the virus when they did everything, wearing masks.
Yeah. The problem is, like, if you wear those cheap, like, chintzy masks that I see a lot of people wearing, it doesn't really work. You have to have an N95 or a P100 because the microns of the COVID-19 are smaller than the fiber particles of, like, a basic mask.
Yeah, but the microns attached to like saliva and shit. So I mean, still something is better than nothing. But yeah, you're right. You need an N95.
But the problem is you can't find N95s.
Yeah, well, I've got a couple on the
I got a couple
market.
too, but I mean, I'm saying,
I
just
have
like
one.
anyone who, your time to get that was back in February. You're done now.
That and the fact that starting to become there's talk that it's starting to become airborne now.
I've heard that. I heard that a couple months ago. Like I heard that.
Yeah, I know. We don't know enough.
Really messed up shit. We don't know.
That's
Thanks, China, for destroying all the evidence, so we will not know the actual severity of the actual virus.
Well, the problem is you're either thinking it's just the flu or it's the worst thing ever. It's probably somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's worse than the flu.
I think the numbers are all higher. Deaths, recoveries, and cases. They're all higher.
Yep.
But how much of that is also counteracted by the fact that people in poorer areas don't like to go to the doctor?
Yes, like you have to look at the number of total deaths and see how they've skyrocketed over the past year.
Not to mention all the other outlying conditions those people may have.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like apparently it might trigger heart attack and stroke,
and dizziness.
Mm-hmm. Well, neuro. Yeah, there are a lot of neuro symptoms.
They didn't even bother to test. They did not even bother to test me for the Rona because they took my temperature and it was normal, and they were like, "Oh, you don't have the Rones." I was like, "Oh."
Well, Rona is asymptomatic and it can spread asymptomatically. So,
Alex Moreno for $4.99. Kansas decided to join me today's song of the week, "Parabola" by Tool. Ooh. Ken says her cat is a miniature tiger. Also, I'm going to miss my job now. Sorry, Claremont. Oh, I guess he left Claremont. So now he just plays guitar shirtless in his garage. And cats are actually miniature lions.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey Leisure. Every time Tree laughs, an angel gets its wing. I thought that every time Tree laughs, a kitten masturbates. No.
I don't know. I thought it was every time EDP masturbates, an angel gets its wings.
Oh,
I thought that was the line.
Oh, okay. There we go. Alex again. Enjoy the new lyrics. I got the sound effects warmed up. Oh shit! Did he send us new lyrics? He did.
I got one.
Gosh.
It's
you know what, Alex? I like it, but I do not feel normal enough to rap tonight. So you would get a very shitty effort. I feel I'm still congested. Like I want to give it the all, but this is good. It says 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Bald baldy man and Senior Tree at the door. Shitting on his Steelers because we know they suck. Now I'm watching Rob Manfred out there fucking shit up. Oh, this is gonna be a jam. However, Alex, we'll have to do it next week during the baseball predictions because I still don't feel normal from this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm slurring my words and I'm not even fucking drunk. I still have the congestion. That's the thing. It's like she said I had a fucking shitload of fluid behind my head and, whatever. Alex again. Under a pale gray sky, we shall arise. Sepultura. Or is it
Sepultura?
Sepultura. Supple breasts. You like that? Uh-huh. I like supple breasts. And Alex says, Ken says Kyler must be this tall to enter SoFi. Good old Kyler Murray. A tiny little
What about
dude.
Russell Wilson? Is he tall enough to enter SoFi?
Russell's about 5'10", I think. 5'11"-ish. But his legs are thick. I'm sure Kyler's like 5'9", 5'8". Something like that.
Imagine if you were able to play baseball.
You must have a minimum of 6 sacks to get into SoFi.
I've got only 1 sack.
Never mind the fact that Kyler Murray is riding on the shoulders of his center to get there, but
Luther got like 4 sacks the last time he came into the Coliseum.
You know, he's an athletic quarterback, man. Oh, did y'all see the Madden ratings? Patty Mahomes got a 99, and Lamar Jackson only got a 94, and then I think A-Rod only got an 86.
You know who also got a 99?
Who's that?
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Yes, as a running back.
Like, how is Tre'Davious White only an 89?
Well, there's so much recency bias in the Madden ratings. Like the year after Eli Manning won the Super Bowl, he was rated a 94, right? And I don't think that's really high
Apparently,
for
like,
Eli.
Gronk's a 95 and Tom Brady's a 90? They are nowhere near that high.
No. Gronk hasn't
At least
played.
10 points lower each.
Right.
Gronk should be like an 80, 79.
Gronk should be a 69.
Oh,
Gronk should always
There
be
you
at 69.
Yes. But you know what? They changed the ratings throughout the year to adjust for how shitty people are playing. Oh yeah, Derrick Henry didn't like. I think Henry's break tackle was only like an 86 or something. I'm
it's like the third best. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
that dude
What?
literally picks people up and throws them forward. Not
Like,
to
I
the
don't even
side.
play Madden. I just laugh at ratings.
When you have a man that can pick up another man and just throw him forward, like take his momentum away from him and then pick him up and thrust him away, that's a break tackle of 99.
I mean, when you have Chiseled Adonis literally starting a church sermon during a playoff game on
Mhm.
how good Derrick Henry was.
Yeah, I'm sure the
Mhm.
Madden adjusters did not consider
Obviously
that
not.
in their
Then again.
factoring. Jared Froman, Tree, I got an idea of what you could do if Montreal loses to Pittsburgh. You could show clips of them losing to the Wings in the regular season.
Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to do any congrats videos like for baseball, football, hockey, just because of how fucked up the year's been.
I think you should
You're
do
dealing with everything that
congrats.
has absolutely no momentum,
You could
and it's
do,
just hard to really
yeah.
gauge.
Sorry. You could do congrats after the first, like the official first round, after the play-in, like unless something like Montreal beating Pittsburgh. Come on, you don't call that a fucking clusterfuck of epic proportions.
Maybe. It'd be depressing.
A team
not
that was
hilarious
dead
at
in
the
the
same
water
time.
that-
We'll call it a fake
That's-
season.
That's a lot of losers to shove into one video or even try to do individual videos on all at once.
Oh, you'd also have to do the back-to-back or the consecutive 8-game losing streaks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But it would be unprecedented though if Montreal just tanks on purpose for Lafreniere so that they can get a French Canadian.
Well, I'm waiting on Max Domi. He's a diabetic. He might not even play.
Yeah, it's true. He's high risk.
Mhm.
Alex Moreno, I found the perfect song for Dan Snyder right now. Here he is, the biggest douche in the universe in all the galaxy. There's no bigger douche than you. I guess, is that the Miss America?
South Park.
Oh, how does it go? Sing it.
Here he is, the biggest douche in the universe. In all of the galaxy, there's no bigger douche than you. I think that's how it goes.
That was perfect.
Isn't that a rip off of Queen's Princes of the Universe?
Possibly.
I think it goes.
Here we
Born
are.
to be kings, we're the princes of the universe. I don't think it is. I think it has a different thing.
All right,
It sounds a bit like a parody.
The next one was Von Michael Magnum's $100. Thank you so much. That's why we haven't kicked you out.
Gracias,
Of the,
señor.
that's the only reason why we haven't kicked you out of the Discord so far.
Wow, you are an asshole.
I know. I'm a fucking dick. I'm just a fucking asshole.
No wonder why you love him so much,
Dude,
Trey.
I had a near depth experience this morning. I
a
have,
near depth.
yes. I
So what was
almost
it, only 3
discovered,
feet deep instead of 8?
Yes. I almost discovered that I'm not as shallow as I think. But then I was like, no, I am.
Look how deep I am.
I'm as shallow and as superficial as I believe I am. Anyways, Alex Moreno reached the top, the pinnacle of douchedom.
Douched him.
The CJA 101, and then I'm going to swing it back to Tree. Good luck and cap hell in the next few years, Chiefs fans. You better win now or you're screwed. Yeah, that's the thing. They may fall victim to we won on the QB's rookie deal, you know?
That's how most teams are going to go. You're going to get like the hot rookie QB, and hope he does well, or else you're fucked.
Who else did it? Aaron Rodgers, I believe, was on his rookie deal.
Aaron
right?
Rodgers was close to his rookie deal, if
Yep.
I remember correctly.
Eli
Roethlisberger
Manning
did
hadn't
on his
signed.
rookie deal.
Right. Eli Manning hadn't signed for the big money yet.
Yep. Russell Wilson, I think, was on his rookie deal.
Yep. Brady had always taken a discount, but still okay.
He was on his rookie deal in 2003.
Yeah, the Patriots did win with Brady's high salary, but it wasn't exorbitant, and that's important.
Brady engineered his salary throughout his career, though.
True, because he wanted to win and then ultimately leave for Tampa Bay.
I don't know that he ultimately wanted to leave for Tampa, but I know that he didn't he defer money like a bunch of times or take his tag
get
bonus?
like a donation to his charity, if I remember
so that he
correctly.
could have Gronk, so that they could re-sign Gronk and have an offensive line in front of him. Mm-hmm. All right, it's you, Tree.
Yeah, buddy. Let's go for the Jared Froman. Oh, sorry, Craig Kramer.
No, it's Froman.
10.
It's Froman. Back up to
Sorry,
Froman.
I'm losing my mind.
No.
And then show clips of them losing the series to Pittsburgh. And then with you saying, if you can't beat Detroit, then you don't belong here. Dude, they don't belong here to begin. Man, the only positive they've had is that Carl Alsner opted out.
Ex-Capital, Carl Alsner.
But it's Montreal. They'll probably win because
Montreal.
fuck
I know.
everything.
You know what?
I'm already resigning myself to that.
No outcome is unacceptable if you honestly think about it, because we had the season that had played 71 games get canceled in March. So nothing is unprecedented at this point. Everything is precedented.
At this rate, Toronto will probably win the cup. Even though it's bullshit.
Don't talk like that.
At least some stupid bullshit like Montreal, Carey Price shits a jet engine out of his asshole and shuts out the Penguins twice.
It'll be Montreal, Chicago. It'll be my prediction from 2017, re-brought back to life. Only 4 years.
No, that jinx is permanent. Okay.
Maybe
I did predict that the Leafs would win the cup last year, though. But anyways.
We all fuck up, don't worry.
Yeah.
Craig Kramer for 10. Steve Cohen is coming like winter on the TV show on HBO. The Pharaoh of Flushing will be the best thing to happen in 2020. Also 5, you're from AL and live from Virginia. How the hell are you a Mets and Giants fan?
All right, let's got a lot to unpack here. Craig Kramer, ex-NFL quarterback. That sounds like, I don't know if he was, but that sounds like a NFL quarterback.
Eric Kramer.
I know, but Craig Kramer
Craig
could
Krenzel.
Craig
Stick
Kramer,
all the failed
Craig
Bears
Kramer, you
quarterbacks
could
on
put him on any roster and be like, oh yeah, he played for the Buccaneers in the 70s. Everyone's like, oh yeah, sure, I know, I remember Craig Kramer. Anyways, Steve Cohen offered $1 billion for the Mets and $1 billion for SNY. I'm like, why didn't they just take his money the fucking first time? We wouldn't be in this.
Because they want to meddle and keep control.
Yeah, well,
that's why they're not.
Steve Cohen's like,
apparently like A-Rod, J-Lo, and like 3 other players like Brian Urlacher, Bradley Beal, and I think somebody else put in money to buy a team.
Yeah, but
Could
they
you
don't
imagine
have
the Mets being owned by A-Rod?
They don't have the money. It's like how the 76ers are owned by a conglomerate like that. Yep. No one athlete has the money. They're just able to raise the capital. There's usually, a shadow investor, or Jeter doesn't own the Marlins. He just was elected to be the face.
He's just the face. Like the real guy who owns it is Sherman.
Yes. So anyway, Steve Cohen, I'm fine. Buy the fucking Mets, and put some fucking effort into this team. The Mets have somehow built a pretty decent roster, and they're gonna waste Jake DeGrom, and Noah Syndergaard's out with ulnar collateral
elbow surgery. He's done.
Yep. But I think it's good if Cohen comes in, and then I'm from Alabama and I live in Virginia, and how am I a Mets and Giants fan? My dad was in the military. So he was in the Air Force. There's Squadron Officer School in Alabama and the Pentagon in Northern Virginia. And he's a little Jewish dude from New Jersey who was a Brooklyn Dodgers fan. So that's how you get it. All right. Keep her going.
Yep, Gadzooks for 10. I like this comment. FPV, the way you said Eugenio Suarez's name made me wheeze. Eugenio Suarez. But most fans here just call him Gino. Also name them the Washington Senator, Snyder. What'd you call him? Eugenio or Eugenio?
I called him
Suarez?
Eugenio because I did the spot for Topps Bunt, and they first of all, I put together a spot, and they didn't like it, and they said like they made it a requirement that I had to react to opening a pack, basically. And then so I'm reading off the cards, and like I wasn't prepared to see Eugenio Suarez come up.
Hey, Eugenio Suarez.
Hey, Eugenio.
The only reason why I know that is because
Eugenio.
he plays for division.
Hey, Eugenio. How do you know? How do you know how to say his name? Because you did a haters guide.
I play for a division rival.
Oh.
That's the only reason. I used to call him Eugenio Suarez too, but
Yeah, well, it was an
and I hear
honest
him say
mistake.
like, "Hey, Eugenio," it's like, "Oh, okay."
Okay. Well, anyways, I fucked that up, and then I called
That's a
somebody
tongue
else.
tire, man.
Yeah, and then I got roasted into the sun from it. But
Oh, dude, every
F-
time I mess up a
F's in
name,
the
I
chat.
get thrown into the sun too.
oh
so
my
don't worry.
gosh, I mess up names all the time to the
I
point where I just
misspelled,
make fun of
I
it.
misspelled Wen, and I called it Juan for whatever reason. The comments were full of nothing but Juan.
Hey,
So-
Eugenio. All right. Well, now I'll never forget. You know how many times I had to say Giannis Antetokounmpo to get that shit right?
Oh yeah.
Sean
Why don't you
Brigo.
just call him Giant Anus?
Yes. Keep her
Just
going.
make sure that if you call for Genio again, that you rub his lamp 3 times so that he can come out.
Okay.
Get
I'll
your
do it.
3 wishes there.
Shorzy.
They're allowed.
Sean Brigodi for 5. I'm not very knowledgeable with hockey, so if the Pens get the first overall, would Lafreniere be a good fit on the roster?
I think he's a good fit.
I don't know if they're going to
anyway,
get the first overall pick, mostly because the Penguins traded their first round pick to Minnesota. I don't know if it's lottery protected.
though.
Plus, they
Ooh.
have a bunch of left wingers, and Lafreniere's primary.
They've got a
position is
bunch
left
of members of
wing, so they have
Antifa
Jake
on their
Gensel
fucking
and Jason
squad.
Tucker.
What? Sorry.
Wrong left wing.
Oh. Just say wingers. Just say wingers.
Well, left wing. So
Oh, okay.
That's
What?
good.
What? Again?
yeah.
It'd be bullshit for the, what, 4th consecutive time that they get a transcendent talent just fall right to them.
Yes, that would be hilarious.
Well, it's
Just
either
like
that or they
2004.
win the cup randomly. That's how it always goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
It's
Matt
a
Murray's not
protest.
shitting a jet engine out of his ass this year and carrying Pittsburgh to the finals. So
Tristan Jarry.
I don't think Jari's going to do that either.
I don't know, man. I think he'll at least make like a second or a conference final, maybe a conference final at best. Problem is, like, they played like shit into February and March, so that's why they're in the play-in series. I still
Yeah.
want to see Pittsburgh Philly, but it won't be the same unless the fans are in.
Well,
attendance.
if Pittsburgh loses with all those left wingers, they can just protest.
Yes, they can. Yeah, actually, they would need to get some right wingers, and then the right wingers wouldn't wear any masks and get everyone infected with coronavirus.
Right. Well, the other side is
Make sure they also rub all the microphones on the way out the door.
no.
Yeah, and also the left wingers would say that the protests don't spread anything. So that's how this goes.
Yeah.
And all the left
Sidney
wingers are
Crosby's a center, and then he will say it's complicit in bullshit, and that's how we go.
Dodger of Zion, guess who's back? Good to be back in the saddle again. Take care of your mental health, everybody. All right, Dodge.
All right, good to see you back, Dodge.
She coming in.
Let's go for Jacob Tobin for 2. Disappointed. North Dakota State University in Oregon was axed due to COVID. Yeah, that's another big thing.
Yep.
Is there going to be a lot of out-of-conference football games being canceled?
Yeah, I
Clemson and
don't-
South Carolina got canceled.
I have no.
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
Hi, Dodger.
Welcome
Oh,
back,
wow.
Dodge. I'm glad you're
Uh,
back.
Honestly, I'm just glad to get any football whatsoever because living the past few months without sports has legit messed.
I don't
think
know
that's
how
pretty
they
much
can.
a lot of people are.
I don't
mean,
know how
dude,
they
look,
can have football though. It's.
I don't know how you can have any sport, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. But I mean, you're gonna get complications and like infestations. It's inevitability. That's the problem with viruses. It doesn't matter how hard you do it; it's gonna seep in eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, the question is like, can you seal it quick enough? But even then, it's tough.
It's just like a wet shark. Sometimes it's gonna seep into your underwear, and like, can you minimize the damage? Can you get it to only limit it to your underwear? Because if it goes to your jeans, you're done. Yes, that's right. We're using sharding as an extended metaphor for COVID.
That is actually not a bad analogy, though.
Right.
It really
Exactly.
isn't.
Mm-hmm.
As immature as it is, it's a great analogy for preventing the spread of human malware.
How are you calling that immature? I'm an adult here. I'm a full-grown 43-year-old adult. I am mature. Okay. I can talk about sharding in a non-childish way. I wonder if there's a scientific term for sharding. Unintended discharge?
Explosive
Probably like-
diarrhea.
Unintentional excremental discharge.
That's not too bad.
I think
No.
that's also what they mean when they say in side effects on certain commercials where it says anal seepage.
Be a great name for a band.
Alex,
I think
take
anal
notes.
seepage is the nickname of my Hanson cover band.
Oh God.
Who's ready to
And
pop?
now, performing as a preview for Sepultura, saying hi to
Anal seepage!
Yeah.
I can't do the
With
deep.
their hit song, I want to shard all night.
Seepage!
I want to
Oh,
shard and
my
fart
God.
all night.
And gonna dump all day.
Take a dump. All right. Anyways, Jake Tobe. Okay, we did that.
Beast of Metal.
Beast of Metal 1989. Remember the time I had to sleep with a contact rolled up and stuck to the corner of one eye?
Oh.
The next morning,
Ow!
I found it floating across my retina, surrounded by a giant pile of eye mucus. Oh, you know what I do?
Oh, fuck that.
If I have no
Oh,
choice-
No.
Number one, I will never sleep in my contacts if I can avoid it, but I'll spit. What I'll do is I'll spit in my contact case before I
Fuck
sleep in
that.
those
I just
fuckers.
don't wear contacts.
One thing you can do is just go buy a bottle of Visine and then put your contacts in the Visine. That's another way to do it.
I am learning all sorts of things tonight.
Or you can, and if you don't have much Visine, you can mix the Visine with the little tap water, and you can, you can stretch it out a little bit. But you won't. Don't sleep with the contact in, because you'll end up getting a cornea transplant. Sad
No.
Frisbee. I like this one. Big Ten announces conference only games. R.I.P. Rutgers football.
Yeah, poor Rutgers.
Yeah.
So
Rutgers
I
and
never
Maryland are
got
fucked.
that though.
I
Can
don't.
you just eliminate Rutgers football this year because it doesn't matter?
Yeah, I don't
Send them to
understand the
Shadow
efficacy.
Realm.
But see, I don't understand the efficacy of doing conference only. Like, you're still playing with other teams that are not. You know what I mean? Like, you're still
It doesn't-
crossing
They're trying
state
to
lines.
recoup any sort of money they can because
Oh.
there are going to be a lot of college sports programs that are going to get laid off and canceled. Like Stanford already did, I think 11 or 12 of their.
Yeah, but
varsity
Stanford did a bunch of shit that nobody cares about, like water polo and wrestling out here isn't nearly as big as it is a place like Iowa and Nebraska.
Yeah, but they had some champions, right? From Stanford. Mhm. I know.
Like,
I
never
know.
really-
I get it. COVID is fucking wreaking havoc on everything, and
Yep.
and they're not gonna
Everything
be able to
in
have
California
fans.
got locked down again, which means more stuff's going to shut down.
Gosh, the world is
permanently,
so weird right now.
Yep.
So
People in the
fucking
South
weird.
and in the Valley can't figure the fuck out to stay home.
What, you expect people to infringe on their freedom? What?
It's
That's
me first.
crazy.
It's do as I say,
It's like either
not as
like they
I
overly lock
do.
down and turn into little dictators, or they go fucking crazy. It's like, oh, there's nothing wrong here. Everyone just go about your lives while everyone's being stabbed in the background.
I'm glad you
There's
finished
no
that.
middle ground.
You said
None.
little dick tater.
No, don't worry. We will try and lock it all down. But if there's a protest going on, we'll let that slide. Don't worry.
Well, California went back to 80%.
As I said, they
lockdown,
locked it down. I mean,
Jeremy
well, in fact, I
Parente.
can see them doing it eventually because
Well, because it's fucking people who are out and about and people going to farmers markets and not wearing any face masks, or people
Mhm.
going to the mall, or people going to all these other places,
they're
and they
going to
just
the
went
bars
back
and
to,
restaurants and clubs.
Yep.
and they just went back to being the gross ass motherfuckers they were before this whole thing started.
Yep.
People going. How many times you gone into the men's room before the Rona and you just see guys go in there and just walk straight out
Yep. all
without
the time.
washing their hands all the time?
All the time.
They
Every
piss,
day.
turn around, walk straight out. They
Yep.
go to the stall, they walk straight out.
Especially after you suck a couple what?
First, you're talking
I was
about
about to
Nazi
say,
uniforms.
how
and
many
now this,
times-
man,
yeah,
you
that's
are
what I'm saying.
incriminating yourself big
Yeah,
time.
even before and after Corona, how many times you see guys go into a glory hole and just not wash their hands at all? Like, come on.
Well, you're not using your hands, you're using your
Monetize.
mouth.
Jeremy Parente.
Either
All
using
right.
your mouth or getting serviced.
All right, 5 points from Jeremy Parente. Formula One takes. How do you like it so far? And how do you like the races? Also, Otani for MVP this year. So both F1 races took place in Austria. Put another shrimp on the bobby. All right. And the races have been fire. Even though the outcome hasn't been really that much in doubt. I think Mercedes ran 1-2. Hamilton ended up winning last week. But the battles for 5th, 3rd, like Lando Norris won a podium. Albon finished 4th, I think, again, or actually did finish in the top 4. So the races, the battles, the passing, there's actually been passing at the end. So F1 has been great. If you have time on Sunday morning, it's a great way to start the day. And the races seem to.
Time to watch it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So.
The races seem to go by at least the first one, at least the one this Sunday went by really fast. So it was a nice, entertaining, hour, 2 hours of racing. I liked it. MDM 87, week 18 of the pandemic, NFL tries to push football to happen. MLB could finish the season, and SEC college football on the brink of self-destruction. Please, America, wear a mask so I can go back to work. I know, I get it, but no, it's my right. I ain't wearing a mask.
I have a breathing condition, and the mask will take it away from me.
I just don't understand how
It's
you
a
can.
flimsy piece of paper. It doesn't even intrude that much. You try wearing a P100, that thing is constricting. Those
Yeah,
small little surgical masks, those are nothing.
Better than dying.
Get that shit out of here.
Take it from me. I almost died.
I'll show you my P100 mask. I wear it out all the damn time. People can barely goddamn hear me.
You know what, though? I wear the mask. I wear the filtered one, and I work out in it. And I don't have a problem. Now, I can't run on in the treadmill with it, but I do all the weights with the mask on. And it doesn't.
The problem is, sweating, it kind of it gets caught in the mouth, and it just
because you're a giant
compromises
sweaty.
the mask.
I'm working right now, luckily, and they give us all face shields as well.
Oh,
so you
got the
so you can
welder
use
shield?
that. That helps.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's better just to wear a mask.
Still, with the face shield, you got to wear it on your head and stuff, right? So I'm sure your head gets fatigued after a while wearing the crown.
Especially if you're working 12 hours like I was.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a face shield, and it's not bad. It's a soft foam support against your forehead, so it's not constricting you and it's not weighing you down.
Yeah.
My mom and sister at the dental office wear that.
The only problem is you got to clean it, and if you wear it outside, bugs on your windshield.
Oh yeah.
You get to
just like when I had
up close.
I need to get a face
when I had
shield.
a 3/4 face helmet.
Oh, sorry about that. I need a face shield for when I go down to the glory hole.
Yeah, but wash your fucking face shield when you're done with it, you cozer.
Yeah.
No, he's just gonna walk out without washing his hands.
Zachary Harden.
Why don't you get it right and get that mask on your face? Give your balls a tug.
Give your balls a tug.
He's doing a little more than giving his balls a tug.
Zachary Harden. Do you feel the SEC is going to be the last college league to decide if they will play a conference only or not? SEC stands probably to lose the most money. They make the most money.
Oh, yeah.
They're probably going to lose.
Well, they have the most
money.
prestigious teams.
Yep.
Like either that or the Big 12.
I think that they'll probably end up playing within their own conference, but still, it's all over Florida, right? Like Florida has the most.
Florida's
COVID.
getting crushed. Texas is getting crushed.
Right, you got
Alabama's starting to get hit.
Right.
Georgia, the Carolinas.
It's basically a league in the hot spot of Corona in the world. So I don't know.
And usually in the fall and winter, it gets worse.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse.
Of course, that's why everyone say the death rate's lower because it's a hoax. It's it's happening because younger people are getting infected. Summer's usually milder, and UV rays kill the coronavirus.
Nah,
That's why you're
there
getting the lower
doesn't
death rates.
there doesn't seem to be any lowering of transmission though. Transmission.
Oh, of course. Oh, transmission.
Transmission
People
going
are
up.
shoving into
Yeah.
places and not wearing masks and shit.
Well, not wearing masks or not doing anything.
Dude, the
As
other
soon as
day.
the bars open, people shove themselves together into it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I've been seeing that too. It's like you're cramming into the streets. This is in Britain. Like they're cramming out in the streets, just drinking with no masks or social distancing. It's like what have you been doing for the past? 2 months?
And the thing is, the people honestly believe that they can't get the Rona outside. I'm just like, what?
Like
It's fucking everywhere.
Try that.
Yeah,
again.
every
Epidemiology,
time you go
please.
outside into a crowd or go inside in a crowd, you're taking a risk. And it doesn't matter what cause it's for, or if you're meeting up with a certain amount of friends, or if you're going out just for a drink or to protest for a social cause. If you're doing, no matter what it is, you are taking a risk every time you go out into a public group. It doesn't matter.
This is true, but this is also why I'm glad that I finally bought a house that has a pool that I keep well chlorinated so that it
Yes.
kills everything that gets into it.
Uh-huh. Especially if you drown. All right. Tree, read make EA Sports
Make EA
great
Sports
again.
great again for 2. Mitch Trubisky is elite. The hottest take we have ever heard.
EA, any words?
Let's go live to our Bears correspondent to see what he thinks about Mitchell Trubisky being, quote, elite.
Well, think about it. Think about it. The Bears saved $400 million by drafting Trubisky and not Patrick Mahomes.
Here's the thing, and
Financial
people will
flexibility.
always forget this until the end of time. They say, Mahomes or Trubisky. Remember this. When Trubisky was drafted, the Bears still had John Fox as the head coach. They still had Dowell Loggins as the offensive coordinator. They still had the worst, by miles, receiving core in the NFL. And the only stopgap ahead of him was Giraffe Neck Man,
Who you paid $15 million a year for?
Mm-hmm.
who we paid $15 million a year for because we couldn't find anyone better. So,
Yeah, I'm still at the.
You also have
You
to
think if
remember
we
Pat
throw
Mahomes
Mahomes-
was very high risk, high reward. He could have flopped miserably.
Yeah.
if we throw Mahomes into Chicago with John Fox as the coach, does he still become the same Patrick Mahomes that we know today?
Because
I
it's
bet
Patrick
the answer to that is
Mahomes.
no.
It's Patrick
no.
Mahomes.
Not-
So.
No, Mahomes went into a situation in Kansas City where he already had a supporting cast. He already had a guy to sit behind. He already had a line.
Minded coach.
And he already
And he had
had
an
one of the best
offensive-minded coach in the Walrus. And you can't tell me for a second that if they flip their spaces, does Trubisky win the Super Bowl last year? Probably not. But is he in a much better position and probably thriving a lot better? I would say yes. If Mahomes is in Chicago under Foxball for a year, does that stun his growth? I think so. I honestly do.
To me, Mahomes going to Kansas City is like probably going to spoil it here. It's like Griffith's transformation in Berserk. Like the planets had to align, everything had to go a certain way, and it did. Now he's the
it
king
did.
of the world.
It did. All right. Where are we? Beast of Metal, Tree.
Yep, Beast of Metal 1989 for 5. Snyder should just redub the team the Tedskins. It's not like any actual change is occurring here, including in football operations.
So,
As I said, I just call them the Deadskins. I call them the Shitskins, but apparently that's also racist.
Four
So I
skins.
can't say that.
Oh,
four
I
skins.
put my name idea in the chat. I can't say that
That's
out
right.
loud.
Call it the Deadskins.
Demonetized.
Foreskin.
Everybody gets demonetized, and Dodger gets demonetized.
Mark.
Hail to the Deadskins.
Hail to the demonetized.
Sorry.
Let's keep going. Sad Frisbee for 5. They should change their name to the Washington States so new people get confused where they're located.
That's not bad.
Maybe
about the
it could
Washington
be like an
comma?
appeal to make Washington, D.C. into a state.
How about the Washington Georges? And just be like George.
How about the
George.
Washington Washingtons?
Washington, but someone would just call that offensive because Washington like founded this country, and that's or he owned slaves. So no.
Washington owned slaves,
that
just
down.
like the Redskins owned slaves, known as their fan base.
Oh. All
You're
right.
pretty much
There goes the yellow.
There
dot.
goes.
There
all of our
goes yellow
monetization.
dots.
Thanks for joining us today, everyone. We'll see you next week. Hopefully, when we're not dead.
Yes, we're gonna go
Let's
join
go for
Doctor
IKA
Disrespect.
8, though. I'm sorry, Beast of Metal 1989 again. Sorry about that. NASCAR came this close to having an abortion because the intermediate aero package only works in a very specific set of circumstances, and Kentucky did not offer those. At least the race wasn't at 4 p.m. And I saw a little bit of the Kentucky race. I couldn't see all of it, though.
I did. I liked the Kentucky race. It was weird because the thing about that race is it was great only for the last 2 laps. It was a boring ass fucking race, and then on the last 2 laps it got good because they went 4 wide heading. But if you sat there through that entire race, like you probably fell asleep through the first half. It's pretty boring. Pretty boring. I think I mowed my lawn.
It
or
is
something.
what it is.
Mm-hmm.
IKA 8 for 1999. Hey guys, I really enjoyed the dumpster fire. I'm stuck in isolation awaiting my COVID test results. 2020 sucks. I feel like dog shit last week. Can't wait for hockey next month. Oh wait, the Sharks aren't in it, dude. I hope it comes out well for you, dude.
Yeah, now remember in the beginning when we were like, how many people do you know that have COVID? Like you'd be like, oh, I don't know anybody. Now, like, yeah, there's at least 2 or 3.
I know a couple.
Yeah.
Mostly friends with family.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody close yet, knock on wood.
Well, I haven't come in contact with anyone, but now instead of it being just, it's a hoax, man. It was like a friend of a friend that got it.
Right,
Now
I was
it's
seeing
like,
the shit coming out of China in January. This was no hoax.
Yeah, my niece got it or some shit. Now it's the degrees are coming in closer, coming in hot.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's starting to rise in coronavirus cases too, and it's like, oh great.
All right, I got to read this next one in James Amadei's voice as a tribute to James Amadei. Manchester City cheated. Enough said. Who's making that noise? Oh, it's you, Dodge.
Probably Dodge.
Yeah.
Damn it, Dodge.
Control your noise.
Because I would never go to Mako alone.
Oh, she doesn't know she's on. Oh, we're gonna have to mute her for a second.
Mute.
Shame.
The mute button of shame. All right, Manchester City. It was the financial thing. Something they violated some financial rules. Kyle Wilson, COVID, the no man's sky of diseases. All hype. Okay.
Be careful though, because No Man's Sky eventually got their shit together and became a successful title. Be careful about that. You'd be better off calling it the Mighty Number 9. When it became a massive hype and it just turned out to be mediocre as hell.
I think the COVID's for real. I think it's.
Well, COVID's been for real. We've been living it for 4 months.
COVID is for real. For real. Mm-hmm. Beast of Metal 1989ers for 5. And this is getting us demonetized. And now I've got the visual memory of Abella Danger and Keisha Gray having a strap-on fun at the front of my mind. Thanks, guys. I wonder why he hasn't. There must be a gap in his Snapchats, about a 20-minute gap. Who can last that long?
In the snapper.
Yeah, I think it's a 30-second. Oh, only 2 minutes later he was done. He says, Jacoby is also an how do I say that? A eugeniophile?
Abenophile?
A bebophile.
What the fuck?
See and an enemy. Let me read what that is while you read the next one.
Yes, sir. Let's keep on going here for our friends. And
ooh, that's bad. That's gonna get us. Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's like it's not like you're attracted to little girls or something.
Yeah, that's bad. So he's in NAMBLA or something.
Oh,
Jesus
lovely.
Christ.
Yeah, I was attracted to underage. Yeah, I was attracted to that when I was a teenager. Now it's like, what the fuck? No.
Yeah, when I was a teenager, when I was the exact same age.
Yes, exactly.
I've always liked women though. Like
now it's like
women.
it's like they have nothing. It's like, why would you do? They have no curves or boobs or butt. It's like a stick.
You don't need to
flat.
You don't need to rationalize.
It's like, I wanted a woman,
Okay.
not a fucking javelin I could chuck around.
Yeah, All right.
Let's keep going.
Can we
Gads
go to something else, please?
for 10. So glad baseball is coming back. The BREF OOTP season simulation is a total joke, and yes, I have seen that. It's hilariously bad. The Indians have the best record in the AL. The Cubs are last place in the Central, and the Rangers are 31-66. Yeah.
Well, hold on.
The Rangers got destroyed because I've seen it's like, wait, why are the Rangers so
Beast
bad?
of Metal? Beast of Metal said
Like,
more
do they
like
get-
Madden, but the Rangers, they don't have Joey Gallo, so didn't
To
he
be
opt
honest, the
out?
Rangers don't have a lot of things.
So how are people going to shift when there's no Joey Gallo? I
Oh,
just
don't worry, they'll
get it.
shift.
Oh, they'll shift, all right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they'll definitely shift.
They'll shift.
Make EA Sports
They'll
great
shift
again for
themselves.
10. 3 or 5 points. What are the chances of the Celtics winning it all?
Possible, but the
Interesting. Good
Lackers are
chance.
pretty good.
I mean, you have Kemba Walker. Hayward seems to be coming a little bit back.
Yeah.
I mean, Tatum's still pretty good. Jaylen Brown's still pretty good.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, they have it. Everyone has a chance. I'm telling you,
Of
nothing
course.
is unprecedented except for the
Yeah.
Knicks have no chance. The Knicks,
oh, don't worry. The
already been
Hornets
told
have
to
no
go
chance
home.
either.
Yeah.
Neither do the
Knick-
Bulls.
Right. The
nor
Knicks
the
were
Cavaliers.
told to withdraw from the tournament.
Or at least the Golden State Warriors aren't going to win, and then the Lakers are going to win, and then we're all fucked again.
Yeah, it'll be another
Those
LeBron.
Laker fans are even more insufferable.
LeBron
than
in his
Warriors.
9th straight finals. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Jared Brussel. I said it right. Jared Brussel.
Mhm.
Tree, you
Jared
need to
Brussel.
do a congratulations vids. We as fans need them. Yes, you have an obligation to your
If I
fans.
have the right ideas. I mean, last year I did not expect to do a vid for every single series. It's just how it worked out.
What if some
This is
team
like-
Go ahead. Sorry.
Like, as I said, I mean, like, it just was so spectacular. That's like, holy shit.
Yes, last year was amazing. But what if some team gets blown out on a nightly 3 straight games of double-digit losses? Somehow the
Maybe.
Canadians
I'll
lose
do a case by
10-0.
case. But
Right.
as I said, in this situation, it's just like everything's so fucked up that it's hard to really gauge anything.
Yeah, it's true. It's going to be weird without the fans in there, I've never seen a hockey game in front of empty
No fans. They're
other than the Panthers.
creating making fans do voices.
Oh,
For two or Crosby or big saves. They're gonna have all the theme music and it's gonna be creepy as hell.
so you can
all you
submit
have
a
to do is put
voicemail.
up those plastic cardboard cutouts like they did in
So I can
Yeah.
submit a voicemail of me just yelling "fuck you, Stripes" the whole time, and they'll play that in the crowd. as
well,
just
it's
ambient
no, it
noise.
just should be it's me it's like you suck, Flyers.
Just make a straight recording of Letterkenny chirps.
Yes. Or Claude. I will say this: as much as I hate the Flyers, Claude Giroux's pigeon chirp is the best fucking chirp. Fuck you, pigeon! You pigeon. Anyways, Beast Metal. If I were a player and wanted to own a team, I would agree to defer payments on my contract until the team was bankrupt, and then get the debt converted into equity. This is very funny. Why has no one ever thought of that? Mario
Lemieux technically did. Yeah,
now he owns
he
the team.
clearly was owed a shitload of money, and then they
Mhm.
transfer that into ownership.
And
stake.
then he rigged the draft lottery to have Cindy Crosby fall into his lap.
Nah, I think that was more because the Pens fucking sucked.
Yeah. Okay. Sean Pinkerton
And
is
remember,
college.
they lost the draft lottery to Washington.
Sean Pinkerton is college football very fucked. I say yes. Yeah. College football is very very fucked.
It's even more muy fucked.
It's muy fucked. That's
Mhm.
Spanish for muy fucked. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Craig
Kramer
Kramer.
for 5.
Oh, you read it. Yeah.
Cohen put $2 billion down for each.
For each.
Also, I'm a Madden 19 starting QB for the Bears in the awful franchise mode. Thank you. Craig is an awesome name.
Craig's all right. Craig's an awesome name. Yep.
Nick Shannon for 5. Jackets versus Leafs. Who you got? I'll be deployed overseas, but I'll still be firing that
Oh
cannon.
man, hey, thank you for your service. By the way, keep the
I think the Jackets have a chance.
keep the home fires lit while you're out there, Nick. I hope where are you going? Okinawa? Maybe a Kush assignment? I'd love to be like in the military and go to like a good place, but most of the time it's like Iraq. All right. I think I got the Leafs winning that one, unfortunately, even though you're I'm trying to reverse.
I'd say Jackets have a shot.
Well, yeah, the way that they play, that could be very frustrating for the Leafs. That is a matchup nightmare for a team that wants to get out on the ice and just skate.
Look at what happened with the Lightning.
Mhm.
That's all I can say.
Yeah,
High
that is-
offensive firepower.
Yeah, any team that clogs up neutral and just lays down in the zone is tough when you want to fly down the ice. Rangers have
Especially
a lot of
when a
problems with
certain
that.
face of the franchise had coronavirus.
Mm-hmm. Beast of Metal 1989. Rich people want to be free. Poor people are told to work through the virus or starve. No wonder the world is fucked. I don't think this is a class thing. Rich people are getting corona still. I don't think it's just class.
I think it's a combination of like.
I will say this: poor people.
I think like poor people live in worse conditions, which
They
is
do.
easier to spread.
They do, and that's why it's hard to blame someone for not having, that doesn't have the economic wherewithal to purchase masks and sanitizer and shit like that. But I think people are just this virus. Just I was thinking about this the other day. Like, why doesn't this thing fucking die, man? It sucks.
Because people keep coughing and people keep catching it and people
Yeah, but it
keep
lives
generating
it's so strong outside of the body. Like, at least with the flu virus, it dies. Like, if you just clean surfaces in your house, like, you're done. Like, it's really hard to contract the flu if you're just being a little careful. This is like you can be a lot fucking careful.
You're expecting people in the general public in this country with its goldfish level of memory to actually be careful and care about the communities they live
You're
in.
giving us a lot of credit.
That is some wishful thinking.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
Uh-huh. Ace Conchater, I'm surprised the major sports leagues don't do what NCAA does with Native American mascots. As long as you get consent from a tribe, you can name your team after that. Okay, let's go find the Redskins and ask, hey, everyone that we're semi-insulting with this, would you like can we use your name? Mm-hmm. Maybe they should just be the Washington Potomac Indians.
The
That's
Potomac Indians, huh?
Yep.
Why don't they be the Washington IT crowd?
They were like, oh, that's what Cleveland should do. It's like, oh, we're talking about a different Indian. And then they'll just have a dude with a computer, like an even more over the top stereotypical Indian. But
Like, give him little circular glasses.
Yeah.
And then just paint Chief Wahoo a little bit brown.
A little bit brown. Yeah. The original Chief Wahoo was already a little tint.
Was way over the line.
Yes. Breaking. Mackay Wilson breaking. Marquette alumni wins TBT 2020. What's TBT? The Tom Brady tournament?
Marquette alumni, huh?
Uh-huh. What's TBT 2020? I know it stands for something.
Probably the basketball tournament.
Oh, yeah. The basketball tournament. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Let's go for Ace Shader. 10 Canadian. I'm surprised the major sports leagues don't do what the NCAA does with Native American mascots. As long as you get consent from a tribe, you can name your team after them. I think like some teams did. I think,
we said
the
that
original
after that.
Redskins logo, I think
We
like
said
was
that. I read
in
that
honor of
one.
like it was with consulting Native American tribes, I think. But
Well,
that
then,
was like
that's what I'm saying. The Washington team should be the Algonquins or some shit. Jake Day, Washington Waffles, new stadium rights go to Eggo so they can nickname it the Freezer. Self-serve waffle irons for fans. That's not a fire hazard or anything. But it would be cool if you sat down and instead of a drink holder, it's just a waffle iron.
actually technically you can call it the Washington Plungers. And then you can
you bring your own
name them
batter.
shithole.
You bring your own batter and then you just pour it in the waffle
And then you
iron
just like you chuck it at
flip it over.
the
Mm-hmm.
teams.
Fuck. Phil Michaels. Why hasn't the internet destroyed Deshaun Jackson over his comment the same way they destroyed Drew Brees? Oh, wait a minute. Because we live in a world of double standards.
People are hypocrites. What do you expect?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Because my ancestors will just make him poor somehow. They'll be like, oh, you're I know you put your money in a federally insured bank, but something happened, Deshaun. Sorry.
Jesus.
You can sue us, but that's not going to work.
Oh, I
Ace
know
can
you had this media deal, but something happened. I'm sorry, Deshaun.
Ace can shader. But guys, the Bears and Pace had high faith in Trubisky. Trubisky was driving a beige Toyota Camry, after all, with 100K miles registered. Yes, because humility is what makes you a good quarterback. And the ability to throw while moving to your left. SB is here, spending my 21st birthday with you guys. All right, happy 21st birthday.
Happy birthday,
Time
brother.
to get
Happy birthday.
wasted. It's
Happy
also
birthday. We're
Kevin's
sorry
birthday.
for the disappointment. I hope you got some beer.
Yes. Thanks for making my Tuesday nights every week, making fun of every sports team. Ooh, any recommendations for first drink? I would go with a Moscow Mule, but you're probably at home and you don't have ginger beer and vodka. So just crack open a nice cold Killian's Irish Red for us.
Not bad. You got to start shitty with beer, though, and work your way up.
Really?
Because if you do too complex, you'll be scared out of it.
You're right. You're right. Beer is an acquired taste.
Yeah, work your way up to the high test stuff.
Yeah, like start with like Guinness or Blue Moon.
Oh, God. You want to start this kid off with Guinness? He'll never
No,
drink again.
start him with Guinness. It'll kill him.
Yeah, he'll never drink again.
You gotta start him with like Miller Lite and Bud Light, and then get him further up the hill as he goes.
Go like with like a basic lager, like a Yingling.
I think my first legal drink was a Corona.
I think mine was a Coors Light.
Oh, wow. You must have been at like on a tractor party or something. Were you in a field?
I was in a bar.
Oh, yeah, I was in a
My
bar.
I just got handed it. It's like, here, have a beer. Like, okay.
SB, let us know what you're drinking. Come on now.
My first legal beer was a Boulevard Brewing Double Wide IPA
Double wide.
because I used to go up to the Well, I didn't live far from Missouri, so I'd go up to the liquor store called Macadoodles up on State Line, and I came back with like a big armloads of beer and shit. And I plunked them all down the fridge. The first one I pulled out was that Double Wide IPA.
Ooh.
Ooh.
But I will also say this: only in America can you buy your own house on your own credit before you can legally buy alcohol.
That's the way it works. If you got money and you haven't
And good credit.
Yep. And you haven't fucked up and you haven't owed someone and not paid them, you can buy a house.
Yep, I bought my house and moved into it 3 weeks before I bought that beer.
Wow. You can also fight for our country and die for our country and not legally drink beer. You can also win a World Series and homer off of Clayton Kershaw in the top of the 9th inning and not be able to drink the champagne in the locker room afterwards.
Bum, bum, bum.
IK8
For Juan Soto right now.
for $4.99. I was looking forward to fantasy football, but I'm not sure football is happening. I'm the 2-time defending champ on my work league. Well, good luck. But football's happening. All right, Texas Cowboy, unmute yourself. Oh, wait, maybe you're muted. Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Hi.
There he is. Hey. Sorry.
Alabama's the worst state I've ever been to.
What is?
Change my mind.
What's the worst state? What'd you say?
Alabama's the worst state I've been to.
Alabama. Have you ever been to Mississippi? That's all I want to ask you.
No, but
Mississippi is way worse.
Mississippi's pretty damn destitute.
Or Arkansas. Arkansas
has, and Northwest Arkansas. I lived there.
You did?
It's not that bad.
Fayetteville's not bad.
well, I have family in Phoenix City, Alabama, and yeah, it's
Oh, you're talking Phoenix City. What is that? North, south? Where is that? I don't even know where that is.
right from Columbus, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Phoenix
Right
City's
across
in the middle of the butthole. It's eastern Alabama.
Eastern Alabama, right on the state line. I think maybe we passed it on the way to Callaway Gardens in Georgia. Maybe. I don't know. I just know that Prattville was a nice little suburb town. You never wanted to go to Dothan. It's a pretty shitty little town. Even though it's like a city. You don't want to go down there.
Oh, I've been through Dothan.
Mm-hmm. Mobile. Mobile's all right.
Yeah. Well, because when we were there, we took one of my family members. We went down to Panama City, Florida. I like Florida, and I bought a T-shirt for like $5.
Yeah, was it the shirt that says we went to Panama City, Florida, and all I got was this T-shirt for $5?
No, just the Florida T-shirt says Florida, the Sunshine State.
No, I thought it would have been great if it just said
And-
Florida, because then you're just repping the product right there.
Nope. And then I bought a gator head thing from there and some bunch of gator jerky.
Oh yeah, was that good?
Oh, that stuff is so.
Does it have a high fat content? I'm not hating on Mobile. Mobile's right there on the Gulf Coast, man. Gulf Shores, Alabama is really nice. It's like an extension of the Panhandle. All right, well, let's read this last super chat and then wrap it up. Tree, why don't you read it?
Hey, let's do this.
I need to
last
get some
one here.
gator
Some
jerky.
Commando CQC for $10. Thank you for the content as always. As for Washington's next name, they must be the Sentinels, and with Keanu Reeves as its mascot. Also, the Texas Rangers name is offensive, apparently. Stupidity.
How is Texas Rangers? Because they were
Because
cops?
they're police.
Oh, so being a police
Police.
officer is offensive now.
Yes.
Oh, dude, everything.
Why are they defending him?
I don't think anyone really cares about the Texas Rangers name. I think they just care about the connotation of the Texas Rangers possibly chasing out natives or some shit. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Probably. Yeah, back in the olden days. It's
Yeah.
You
stupid.
might as well cancel the Dallas Cowboys.
The-
at that
The Andrew Jackson era idiom of the only good engine is
dead. Yes,
Blank
we remember
one.
that.
yeah.
I don't know. You know what I like to do? I like to go up to young Japanese kid. Like if I see a Japanese baby, I'm just like, you owe me an apology for Pearl
God.
I
Harbor.
mean, you're not only that, you're also half Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the mega reparations
Yeah.
working.
Any
You should
German
be
kid that I see, if you're wearing if you have a German flag, I'm like, come on, reparations. Let's give them up. Come on.
I'm Polish, so every time
all
I see
your
a
fault.
Russian flag, I
Mhm.
get triggered as fuck.
Especially the little babies. I'm just like, come on.
So I'm technically born in Germany. So should I just go ahead and throw it to the gas chamber then? I'm
All
kidding.
right.
Eh,
And
well,
that's
too
time to
far.
end the. It's time to end the stream. But you gave me $100
understood.
earlier, so I'll take it. The Jew in me loves that.
Already gave you the reparations right
Yeah,
there.
Yeah. We're good. All right. You guys got any final thought? Texas Cowboy, I let you on. Come on. You got anything to say before we sign off besides my home state sucks?
Well, it's just really boring to drive through. I don't. And Waffle House is. Other than that, nothing.
Waffle House is good. All right, Tree, Hiei, anybody have anything to say at the? Oh, I muted Dodge. Shit, I gotta unmute her.
Oh no.
Sorry about
I
that, Dodge.
don't see her muted now.
There we go.
Oh, sorry, I muted you because you was talking on the phone or something.
No. What happened was I was reorganized some stuff today, and that screwed up my Discord audio settings. It's fixed now, though.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that shouldn't happen next week.
All right, everybody, wrap up your final thoughts so I can go. Hopefully, not take my last night of sleep because.
Well,
9 days until baseball.
All right, I love
all
it.
right. I just want to say to Kevin, by the way, happy birthday, dude.
Thanks,
To everybody who tweeted at me, who sent me messages on Discord, however you got in touch with me, thank you all for getting in touch with me and just reaching out to me. I really appreciate it. These past couple weeks have been kind of rough on me. Take care of your mental health. Talk to people. If you feel you need therapy, get it. Just take care of your brain, and then the rest will follow.
Good advice.
Don't let the darkness
Sage
get to you,
advice.
Dodger.
Mm-hmm. And then
Thanks.
if you get dizzy and you don't have any chest pain, okay, and you don't feel like if you don't feel like you're in dire need, it's probably because you have fluid behind your ear. Maybe. I'm not a doctor, but don't panic. Just go see the doctor, and hopefully it's nothing.
My mic is loud, they say. Oh.
It's not that loud. All right, Tree.
I figure out why.
Tree, any final thoughts?
We're all fucked. That's pretty much it.
We're so fucked. We're so.
But
Same
man,
here, we're just fucked.
yeah.
All right.
That's my motto for everything. When in doubt, you're
All
fucked.
right.
Yeah, we're fucked. All right.
If we make
thank
it
you.
if we make it past the new year, then we'll have a celebration.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Maybe.
We'll get there. All right,
And
thanks
if we make it in
everyone.
2021, big pool party at my house.
In Stockton.
Oh yeah,
Well,
looking forward
hopefully-
to that.
Well, hopefully by that time we're not being enslaved by communists.
Ooh, all right.
Not even close, buddy.
Not even close. All right. Everybody, thank you for coming. Thanks to all the mods. Congrats, Hiei. You are now a mod. Thanks, Nickman, Beast of Metal, all the contributors, all the super chatters, Dodger of Zion. Happy birthday, Kevin. Happy birthday, how do I say it? Espy. Espy is here. And until next week, we're going to do the MLB predictions next week. So I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to the end of this stream.
Peace.
Later.
Anal seepage!